Hello, Frenzy. My name is Keyshark, and welcome back to Rosewater. Happy Pride! And as always, make sure you're putting your recommendations for small queer-owned businesses in the comments below. Also, make sure to check out the Queer Liberation Library, as well as joining your local library, because the resistance is here. I don't even know anymore. I'm so tired, guys. Anywho, let's continue on our way. So we got to figure out how to get out of the cult stuff. So let's talk to this lady here.
Hello again, Joanna.
Hello to you, Sister Harley.
Not to be rude, but why are you calling me Sister Harley? I thought that was just something between members of your community.
While you're here, you are a member. We are all children of God, after all.
You people gotta quit.
Just how long have you folks been living up here anyway?
This is our 12th year in New Bethel, but the brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn came together before that. I founded this community back in Bright Bay.
I want to know about the Hawkins
I hit the wrong
family.
one.
Brother Jerome is one of our best rangers, and Sister Sue Ellen is a gifted healer. I thank God every day for the blessings of their fellowship.
I'd like to know more.
Me? Well, I have been chosen to lead the community. It is a sacred responsibility. I see to it that every single person here is safe and well cared for.
Tell me about your husband.
I love him. What more is there to tell?
What can you tell me about Eliza?
My dear daughter, her life has not been easy. I can only hope that New Bethel has brought her the peace and happiness she deserves.
Why hasn't her life been easy?
Our life in Bright Bay was turbulent. You'll forgive me if I don't elaborate further.
I'm curious about Bridget and her son.
Ah, yes, Sister Bridget. Losing Brother James was very hard on them both. But Brother Patrick will be a great ranger.
Know anything about Patrick's hideout?
Youth is so fleeting. He will have to set aside childish things and assume the responsibilities of an adult member of this community soon enough.
So how did you get from Bright Bay to this mountain?
It was God's will. When Eliza was a small child, he sent her a vision. She saw a distant shore, the sun rising over the hills and shining on the water of a new ocean.
Sounds like she just had a dream.
To journey west, to the coast. I chartered an airship for Las Virgenes, but God had other plans for us. Our ship suffered mechanical problems en route. We were forced to make an emergency landing on this mountaintop. It was by the grace of God that we all reached the ground again safely. The ship had done its duty delivering us here. It would never fly again. So we salvaged it and built our new homes from the wreckage.
So you just decided to stay here and not finish the journey?
But you see, we did reach the end. Eliza
Of
later
my
told me
rope.
she had another vision. This
Oh,
time
Christ.
she saw great cities on the shore belching smoke and noise, the ground cracking open and the
Sorry.
hills spitting fire. Her first vision had been a clue to go west, just not to the coast as we had thought. Our promised home was east of the sea, where the sun rose over the mountaintop.
When did Eliza have this second vision?
Midway through the voyage, she was on her way to tell me when the airship malfunctioned. It couldn't be clearer that this was God's plan for us all along.
You know, don't you think God would just tell you straight out?
Any updates on the wagon repairs?
I'm afraid I wouldn't know. Eliza has been tasked with handling that. But don't worry. However long it takes, you're always welcome here.
Forever.
Why is Patrick guarding the mountain path?
A ranger, or ranger in training, is always posted there. This is to prevent anyone from going down into the valley alone. It's quite dangerous down there, as you well know.
It's fine.
I've heard about something called the silence. What is that?
It is a method to discipline those who fall into error. When one undergoes the silence, they are prohibited from speaking with anyone except God. That way, they're encouraged to reflect on their actions and to seek His forgiveness. Once they have done so, they're welcomed back to the community as stronger, better people.
Thanks for the chat.
God bless.
Yeah, it really sounds like what the Amish do.
Kid,
Yeah?
I want to go down to our wagon.
Sorry, but you can't.
You just said I could if I was accompanied by a ranger.
The rangers are all busy today. Maybe tomorrow.
What about you?
Me? I'm not a full ranger yet. I'm still in training.
Keep up the good work, kid.
I will.
See if I can get her to carve something for this kid.
There's no reason to give this to Nadine.
But why? What? Need something. I gotta sneeze.
This must be Patrick's. It's full of all sorts of wooden toys.
Okay, they say something about the wolves. Let's talk to her.
Lola?
What is it?
This place is really something, huh?
It's something, all right. They're very hospitable, but everybody's too much in everybody else's business. Creeps me out.
For real.
Something's just not right around here.
Yes, I've had the same feeling, but we ought to tread lightly. Stay alert.
Where's Lisa Lou?
Around here somewhere. She was raring to explore the woods around the cabin.
An old ship's bell. Probably used for getting everyone's attention.
That would certainly be the distraction.
There's a
It's not a hexagon, but...
That's not the right...
Okay. So, we get her to carve it into the correct shape, yes? There's nothing there, and I've talked to everyone. Can't get in there. Well, you're not busy.
I'd rather...
Sister
Patrick's not letting me go down the mountain path.
Good. He's not supposed to.
Why not?
You need a ranger to go with you.
Well?
And Patrick's still in training.
Couldn't you be my escort down the mountain?
Is there an emergency?
No, I just want to check on our wagon.
Don't worry about the wagon. It's in good hands. There's nothing else worth going down there for, believe me. Anyhow, today we're honoring the Sabbath.
Has Patrick told you about his hideout?
Oh, he's mentioned it once or twice. Don't know where it is, but I know he keeps his little treasures there.
What does Patrick consider a treasure?
He loves his little wooden figures, that's for sure. Especially animals.
Okay.
Can you tell me what the silence is?
Nothing you gotta concern yourself with. Just keep on the straight and narrow and you'll be fine.
Appreciate your time.
Doesn't matter, I'm not part of this community.
The sun rising from behind a mountain. Must have some special meaning to these folks.
I bet you know lots of songs. Oh yeah. I know this one about a welcome table and how people like to sit at it. I probably just aged myself with that one. Can you carve this
I've
in?
got this piece of wood. Think you could carve something for me?
What did you have in mind?
A wolf.
I think I'd like a wolf.
Very well. I'll have it ready in just a while.
Sick. Okay. Because he said something about wolves.
Here you are.
Thank
Beautiful work, Nadine.
You. Thank you, Nadine. Hey, kid. Oh, cool.
Here, I thought you might like something for your collection.
Oh, wow, a wolf! And look at those fangs! This is great! I'll be back in just a minute. Don't get any ideas about going down the path. I'll know if you do.
Better not try calling his bluff, but let's just see where he goes.
Okay.
He's going towards the cabin. Interesting.
Interesting.
Looks like I found your secret hideout.
Punk. Don't look at him, don't look at him.
Let's see what Interesting. A small crank handle. There's a... Open sesame.
Alrighty then. Oh, look at
Rather
this.
cozy up here, and you can't beat the view.
I thought I saw something up there.
Patrick's collection of extra special figurines. An old spyglass, part of the original airship.
Okay, so let's see
Can't
here.
see a thing. I think it's missing a lens.
Great, now I gotta find a fucking lens.
Well, that's not...
A lens. Well, great.
Phil?
Harley?
Listen to me, Phil. There's something
Sorry.
off about this place.
Sorry,
How do you mean?
Sue Ellen told me we aren't the first people whose wagon broke down on the mountain road. In fact, she and Jerome wound up here much the same way we did, along with several other families.
It seems a stretch. You saw the condition of the road. I was not able to see any evidence of sabotage.
That's as much as I've learned so far.
Well, if you find anything else, let me know.
That boy Patrick is guarding the path down the mountain.
And? Why would you want to go?
To check on the wagon, for starters.
Jerome said he would take care of the repairs. More hands do not always make for faster work.
I'll let you get back to your writing.
Try not to get into any trouble, eh?
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so there's... Since Patrick was born in the wilderness and not here, I think we gotta go talk to his mom again. Hey, lady.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Is it true that Patrick was born in the wilderness?
Who told you that?
The same person who told me about letting you and the other dissenters go.
I see. Yes, it's true. I was unaware of my condition when we left. Otherwise... Anyway. We came back, along with another family who left with us, and a third we met on the way. Sister Johanna forgave us, thank God. She is truly an angel among us.
What compelled you to leave in the first place?
We were following someone we thought knew better than Sister Johanna, but as it turned out, he didn't. That's his grave over there. Abraham Levinsky.
Who was he?
Just a strong-willed fool who felt our journey was incomplete. He convinced us to continue to Las Virgenes on foot.
What became of Abraham Levinsky and the other dissenters?
Those poor,
killed them.
poor
I mean-
souls. They died out there. Every last one. Sister Johanna sent my husband back to Abraham's camp to try to convince them to return, but all he found was carnage. Wolves, it was. When I think of how horrible it must have been, and how lucky we were to escape that fate.
I mean, unless you were rabid.
Enough. Let us speak of something else, please.
I've heard about something.
When one of us falls, Sister Johanna, while someone is under this, there are other requirements, but it's not my place to share.
I'll leave you.
God could.
Hold on a second.
Please excuse me, Sister Harlan.
Okay.
Okay. Crazy. Oh, I keep hitting that. I don't mean to. Fuck. Wait
This
a minute.
article mentions an Abraham Levinsky living in Las Virgenes, which is where he intended to go, according to Bridget. But if he's buried here, it can't possibly be the same person.
Huh. Hold on a sec. Let's see something here. Select. That's weird. Let's go up here and talk to this lady. Or the district Patrick, I think.
Hello, Sue.
Hello.
Do you know anything about Abraham Levinsky?
I've only heard a few stories. He ain't too highly regarded round here.
You
So
buried
many
him.
didn't survive that first winter after the crash. If the dissenters hadn't taken so much away with them, things might have gone different.
Can you tell me?
Oh, that sister, you ain't allowed to speak and fasting. That means you get cut to 1 meal a day.
Jeez.
Sounds harsh. Have you been under the silence?
Plenty of times. Sister Joanna and I don't always see eye to eye, and she don't appreciate back talk. Jerome tells me I ought to keep my thoughts to myself, but that ain't how I do.
I'll let you get back to your garden.
Come in.
Those apples look delicious.
They are. Hopefully Sister Bridget will make us...
Cucumbers, huh?
Yes. These...
You've done a great job tending these plants.
Thank you. It's a collective effort.
Okay. So I need...
A handsome... This must be James.
I said they needed a lens, but I don't know where a lens would be to get that spyglass. I don't think. Oh shit. There's nothing in here.
Hey,
Hi, Hal.
see.
Bye for
I always...
Hello, Jim.
Howdy. What's got you?
Joanna isn't quite so benevolent. Captain Perry told me about a group of and Sue Ellen told me about a harsh punishment called the Silent.
That all? She's the leader here. And if that's hardly called,
That's all I know right now.
I have.
Okay, so here's
Talk
what
to you.
we'll
Take
do.
it easy.
I'm gonna talk to some people, some more people. Let's see what happens.
Captain,
Yes?
We'll talk about
could you tell
Abraham.
me about Abraham Levinsky?
Oh, dreadful business. He led the dissenters who split from the community. Some changed their minds and came back. Joanna, but all he found was Abraham's body and signs that we had a funeral for Abraham and buried him in the graveyard.
I'm just going through this real
Joanna
quick.
didn't let anyone see the body. It was too roughed up by those wolves.
That's awfully
Sounds
convenient.
awful.
Thankfully, we have the ranger.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Okay, so we're gonna talk.
Something feels wrong here.
Yeah.
Maybe the Abraham Levinsky in the art. He intended to head to Las Virgenes, and Joanna refused to let anyone see the body. What if... Suppose there's only one way to find out. Hello again.
Hello.
Exactly what happened to Abraham Levinsky?
Oh, poor brother. He and several others began to question God. Some saw the light and returned, but God punished them for their lack of faith. The wilds claimed them. Brother Abraham was the only one whose remains we could recover. Brother James brought his mangled body back to New Bethel. We laid him to rest among our dead.
Thanks for the...
God bless.
Hi, brother.
Sister,
Do you know anything about what happened to...
afraid not. That was all before my time.
Appreciate your...
Be
Okay. Oh, she'll talk to me.
She's busy.
Okay. I guess I could talk to the kid here, but I don't...
Sorry.
See if there's anything.
Abraham living... Wait, haven't I...
Hang on a minute. Select. Search.
Lola, keep a lookout. I'm gonna search this grave.
What? Why on earth?
Call it a hunch. I think something's going on here.
Be quick then, and try not to draw any attention. Lord alive.
I knew it! There's nothing here.
Excuse me?
This grave is a fake. The whole story about Abraham Levinsky is probably fake too. The question is, why go to all that effort?
Why indeed. We need to figure out what's going on here, but I'd be careful who you tell about this.
I'm trying to think where that lens might be. It's gotta be in that nightstand, because it's the one place I can't look. So I'm gonna talk to Phil, see if he'll let me look.
Phil?
Harley?
Listen,
Have you...
Joanna and the others told me a story about Abraham He was supposedly... But the grave...
Slow down a moment. You dug up one of the graves?
Not so much dug as moved the rocks. Enough to see there was nothing underneath.
I see. I suppose you had your reasons. And you say there was no body?
That's right. I also have proof that Levinsky is still alive. Look,
This does seem suspicious. Though it could all be a coincidence. I do not think this proves...
I've learned that Joanna isn't quite as nice as she seems. She jailed a group of dissenters and forces anyone who displeases her to undergo the silence.
What is that?
A punishment where the person can't speak or be spoken.
Perhaps... Very well. I have heard enough. Clearly these people are hiding something from us. I will see if I can coax any information from Eliza when I see her again.
So will you let me search this place now?
Yes, go ahead.
A Bible. And what's this? Some kind of lens. Better take it.
Okay, so we'll take the lens.
This was clearly taken at least a decade ago. Certainly makes a statement.
Okay. So here. Got Phil. He's gonna talk to Eliza. I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna use that lens on the spyglass. Select and use that there.
A perfect fit. What a surprise.
Let's look through and
Let's have a look. That's the base of the mountain near where we broke down.
Okay.
Hello, and who might you be? Well, that's not suspicious at all.
Okay. So we've got to make a distraction.
Hello,
Howdy.
What's go- It's a...
What you mean?
No, a fake.
Why would someone... I admit it's
I caught a glimpse of... I have a feeling...
a seek? You might be onto something there. We can't just sit around then. Time for action. What do you suggest?
Miss Johnson and I are trying to get down to the wagon. We need you to help us distract Patrick.
Okay.
Easy. Lead on.
We just need you to get the kid out of the way long enough for us to get down the mountain without being spotted.
Leave everything to me. Excuse me, son. I was wondering if you had a minute.
Sure. What do you need?
Just need you to come with me for a second. Captain Perry wants a word.
Oh, okay, if it's quick. Sister Joanna won't like it if I leave my post long.
Run!
Now's our chance. Let's go. No!
Yeah, I had a feeling.
What have these people done to my wagon?
It's clear they don't want us leaving New Bethel.
You said there was a cave down here?
Looked like.
Then see if you can find it. We need to figure out what we're up against.
Nasty pothole. Can't believe it took out the wagon.
I swear that wasn't there when we drove through. I ain't blind. I would have seen and avoided it.
There's a bunch of grass at the bottom. Seems it was covered. A small opening. This is way too small. Here we are. Hey, look! I found the cave.
Good. Now see what's inside, and be quick.
Wagon wheels?
It's a hand-drawn map of the area. That's the road, and it's been marked with several X's. This is exactly where we broke down. It's stuffed with guns and ammunition. That's not a good sign. These look like they were placed here recently. Wait a minute. These are our wheels. It's full of dynamite and wires. Someone has been making explosives. This workbench is a mess of books and papers. What's this? Looks like some kind of handbook. A printer's proof copy. A shovel and pickaxe. Perfect for digging potholes and dirt roads. The Saboteur's Handbook by JT and JR. My god, I need to show this to Lola. Now.
Alrighty, here we go. Select. And here you go.
You won't believe what I found in the cave.
Try me.
A printer's proof of something called the Saboteur's Handbook.
Saboteur.
Have a look.
My French is horrible, I apologize.
Written by J.T. Joanna Taggart.
Must be, but who is JR?
Jonathan Red?
Who's...
Seriously? You never heard of the Redites? They're a bunch of anti-steam tech thugs who went around sabotaging machines and factories a few years back. They were mostly active in New Britannia, but they got their start in Bright Bay.
So you think Joanna knew Jonathan
That
Red?
sounds familiar,
Not
but it's
just
been years
knew
since
him.
I played Lamplight
I think
City.
they worked together. Maybe more than that. You get a good look at that Eliza girl? She's got a certain resemblance to that Mr. Red.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen him.
I'm surprised. Was a time when you couldn't go a day without seeing his picture in the paper.
All that aside, look at the contents.
These are all instructions. Sabotaging vehicles and laying road traps. Low-grade bombs for controlled explosions. Creating concealed hiding spots in the wilderness. Remind you of anything?
Well, one thing's for certain. The wagon breakdown wasn't just coincidence. Someone planned it to get us here.
Yes, but who?
That's what we need to find out.
Lots of pages have notes scribbled in the margins. Some are from JT, others from JR. Looks like they had some ideological differences.
Oh?
Joanna thought things were going too far. She objected to giving instructions for explicitly violent stuff. Here's a note on the bombs page where she says, "Too dangerous to print." Same time, Red's written things like, This information is a tool for a righteous cause, or no revisions, too late for cold feet. But there's another set of notes in somebody else's handwriting. Here, on this recipe for an acid compound, Joanna crossed out some ingredients. This other person tried to fill in the missing information.
So this third person is probably our saboteur.
I'd put money on it.
I think our top priority is figuring out who this person is.
I agree, but we gotta be discreet. We can't just go around interrogating everyone hoping for a confession. We need solid proof identifying the person
It's
who
gotta
saw
be
going
Eliza
into
because she's
that
the only one
cave.
that wasn't up there.
My brother was the detective in the family.
Well, now's your chance to do him proud.
So what should our next move be?
Round up the others and come to my cabin. We need to talk. Come on, let's get back up the mountain before anybody notices us missing.
And so this saboteur is the reason we're here.
We need to uncover who it is and tell these people. They deserve the truth.
Now wait just a minute. This is all very serious for sure. But these folks have a whole way of life they're accustomed to. We expose it all as a lie. Why, we're ripping the bottom out of their world.
Jake's got a point. It could tear this community apart.
I think Lola's right. Not knowing your true history is no way to live.
At the very least, Joanna should know about this. As the community's leader, it falls to her to decide what to do with this information.
We gotta be able to prove who the saboteur is first. Could be the rot goes all the way to the top.
I have a strong suspicion, but I'll see if I can confirm it.
Once you do, you can tell Joanna the truth, assuming she's not the one behind it all.
Or you could try talking to the saboteur. Maybe get him to lay off without having to upset the whole community.
I'll see what I can find out.
Okay, it's gotta be Eliza. Yeah, because...
Wait a minute, this is the same cloak I saw through the spyglass. Got you now, Eliza.
Yeah, I had a feeling. She's the only one that's not there. But where is she? I can't get in there. Okay, hang on a second. I gotta get up.
Legere, find this.
Yes, it's Eliza.
What?
I'll be damned.
All right, what's the next step?
I'm not sure. Suppose I should tell Joanna.
Or you could talk to Eliza about it. Let her explain herself.
Whatever you do, do it quick.
Well, where is she? Okay, so we gotta figure out if we're telling so that we know, because... She didn't seem like she wanted to do it as much, but she's not, she's no prize. I guess we'll...
I believe this belongs to you.
Where did you get that?
Exactly where you left it.
It seems Patrick has earned himself a period of silence. He won't like that much, but it's about time he grew up some.
So you've been causing all the wagon breakdowns and trapping people here. What was your plan? Continued excuses for why our wagon wasn't ready until we gave up and asked to stay permanently?
That's how it's worked in the past, yes.
What you're doing is wrong. You can't force people to stay.
I'm not forcing anyone. I'm giving them the choice.
Well, no, you are
so
forcing
far,
them.
Everyone has chosen to join us. Besides, their will is nothing beside God's.
He sent me a vision when I was a girl, of my mother leading a thriving community on a mountaintop. All I've done is ensure this vision comes to pass. Members have lost faith and abandoned us before, to the detriment of all. We've suffered harsh winters and disease. Keeping our numbers up hasn't been easy. But I wasn't about to stand by and let the community wither. So I took measures to cultivate it.
Yeah, it doesn't... My mom has this saying, you could go to hell quick for lying quick as you can for murder.
You've built your community on lies. If I'm not mistaken, lying's not on God's approval list.
God forbids harmful deceit. I'm shepherding people to a better life in his name.
How convenient.
It's clear to me you've no intention of joining us. God must have other plans for you. I can have your wagon repaired and let you and your companions go on your way. All I ask in return is that you spare a thought for the people of this community. Do not speak of what you've learned. It would destroy them.
And just how will you explain our departure?
Simple. I'll say you all insisted on breaking curfew to go down to your wagon. Tragically, you were all eaten by wolves as a result. I can set up a memorial in the graveyard if you'd like.
Yep, fuck you.
I can't go along with this. These people need to know the truth.
Stop! You're making a terrible mistake!
Yeah, I don't feel right, because you're being deceitful and creepy, and...
Joanna, I'm afraid I have some disturbing news.
What is it?
Can you call together the community? This is something everyone needs to hear.
What is this about? I would be glad to make an announcement once I know what it concerns.
I'm afraid I have to insist on addressing everyone at once.
As you wish. I'll call an assembly.
They don't deserve to be lied to.
Brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn, Sister Harley has asked me to bring you all together to hear her words. Tell us, Sister Harley, what news have you for us all?
Since you all came here, you feared wolves in the forest below. But I'm sorry to tell you that the real wolf has been living among you all this time.
What are you saying?
Eliza has been pulling the strings all along. She's been manipulating us all. She's been setting traps in the road to capture wagons and bring their passengers into New Bethel.
What?
Gasp.
How dare you?
I saw her enter a secret cave at the base of the mountain. It was full of saboteurs' tools, along with spare wagon wheels, and this.
What? Eliza, what are you doing with that?
Claiming my birthright. Just because you disavowed father doesn't mean I did.
So it was sabotage. I always ask myself if our breakdown was really an accident.
There you go.
You've been lying to us all these years.
No, I swear I didn't know anything about this.
Then why did you prop up the lie about Abraham Levinsky?
What lie? Brother Abraham was killed when he left the safety of New Bethel, torn apart by wolves.
Who was it that told you this?
Why, Brother James. He found their camp after it had been attacked. He returned with Brother Abraham's mangled body and buried it.
So you never actually saw Levinsky's body?
No, I put my faith in Brother James's word.
There was no body because Levinsky never died. There were no wolves. In fact, he made it safely to Las Virgenes. Just weeks ago, he was in the papers announcing his niece's marriage. It was just a story concocted to keep you all here, to keep you afraid.
He was trying to protect you. He was trying to protect all of us. Brother James was the one who had the idea to bring in new members. He understood that a community can't thrive without them.
James was a saint. He loved this community. And you, Sister Joanna. There's nothing he wouldn't have done for you all.
I think that is becoming very clear.
Eliza, I don't understand. Why would you do this?
The outside world is a horrible place, Mother. You should know this better than anyone. Look at what we've built here. How we've grown and flourished. We had to keep that safe. That's why you had to make sure no one ever left the mountain. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I only wanted people to share in our joy.
But you did it without asking us if we wanted a part of it. A community without trust ain't no community worth living in.
Joanna, my love, there's something else you probably ought to know about. I never said anything because after a while it didn't seem to matter. But after the crash, I examined the boiler and, well, it had clearly been sabotaged.
What? We were headed for disaster. I saw it in my vision.
You mean
Crazy.
you saw that we were going to crash, that someone was going to sabotage the ship?
No, Mother, you don't understand. I saw the sun setting in the west and the sea became red with blood. We were going to make it to the coast, but the land was already tainted, cursed. It was the mountain that was our true home, a citadel of holy peace. I just had to make sure we ended up here.
Yikes.
So, you brought the airship down? Eliza, you could have killed us all.
But I didn't. I gave us a new life, a better life.
And you can keep it. Come on, Jerome. We're leaving this rock. Anybody who wants to come with us is welcome.
What? You can't just leave. Where will you go?
Anywhere but here.
You won't last 2 minutes out there.
Silence, Eliza, until further notice.
But
I said silence. Return to your quarters immediately. Wait for me to come find you. Please, Sister Sue Ellen, don't be so hasty. It breaks my heart to hear what my baby has done, but now that I know the truth, there's no reason we can't start over. We can continue to live here without the fear of the unknown below.
That ain't gonna work, sis. Joanna, not now. We're way past that.
I mean...
She's got a point, Joanna. You can't just start over and pretend none of this ever happened. You need to give everyone time to decide what they want to do.
Yes, maybe you're right.
Nothing personal against you, Joanna. You've been a decent leader, even if we didn't always agree. But we gotta have a chance to make our own life on our own terms.
Well, you're always welcome in New Bethel, should you change your mind.
Thank you, Joanna. But I don't think we will.
I don't know what to say. I suppose I should thank you for opening my eyes.
I'm sorry it had to be this way, but I couldn't keep silent.
I think perhaps I've relied too much on silence. When no one is speaking, it is easier to imagine that everyone is of one mind. My own daughter. When I thought she was bent in humble prayer, she was hatching secret plots in her heart. Will you be leaving us then?
Afraid so, ma'am. The open road beckons.
Very well. I'll arrange for your wagon to be repaired, now that we know where the parts are. It'll be ready by morning.
Thanks, Joanna.
I'm glad you decided to speak out against Eliza, Miss Legere. It was the push we all needed.
Of course. I couldn't let things go on like that. What will you two do?
Not entirely sure. Reckon we'll continue on to the coast, like we were before.
Need a ride? Might be cramped, but we can make room.
Thank you, but no. There's a whole group leaving with us.
We'll make our own way, together.
All right. Goodbye then. And good luck.
To you as well.
Cool. Hooray!
Our sojourn in New Bethel has left us all somewhat shaken. Thankfully, we have only to cross Hellfire Pass today, and from there, it's a straight shot down into El Presidio. With our goal so near in sight, we can all focus our attention back to the task of locating Dr. Clark's fortune.
Cool.
Joanna gave me this cross as a memento of our time in New Bethel. Phil's music has livened up the journey some. Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
It's a good thing we got away from New Bethel. For a while, I wasn't sure we ever would.
It's really a shame. It seemed like such a promising place. To think I was seriously considering staying there. Painful as I'm sure it was for them. I'm glad you exposed the truth. A life of deceit is not worth living.
Hey, Danny, let's talk.
Sure.
Been quite a journey so far, don't you think?
I'll say. Jake and I travel around a lot, but it's never as eventful as this.
How do you think the people of New Bethel will fare?
I don't know. I just hope they manage to stay together. I guess it's better to know the truth, but it's going to be hard to keep the community together after that.
I mean, it's a community built on lies.
Something wrong?
Some fellers on horseback are blocking the pass up ahead.
I'll have a look. Is there some trouble?
No trouble at all. Let us keep it that way, huh? I'm Agent Carson of the Blackburn Investigation Bureau.
Bib?
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What's this about?
I will explain everything. First, I must ask that you and everyone inside the wagon kindly step outside. Come out quickly, please. No fuss. I appreciate your cooperation. I will be brief.
How can we be of service?
As I told your driver, this won't take long. I have a few questions. First off, where are you folks headed?
I'm not discussing my day.
Is that important?
Don't make this difficult, ma'am. Just answer the question.
We're bound for El Presidio.
I see. For what purpose?
I'm not...
Just looking to conduct some business.
Where did you set out from?
We're coming from Rosewater.
I see. You've had a long journey. You must have encountered quite a number of people on your trip, yes?
A few? Why do you ask?
We're looking for some folks, and I wonder if you might have seen them.
Say that then.
Easy now, pup. No need for all that. Control your animal, would you?
Tell us who you're looking for.
Gladly.
Shh, Lisa Lou? There's a good girl.
We are tracking a couple of men.
They must be dangerous fellers if you Blackburns were called in.
Quite. These men are ruthless bandits who raided an army supply wagon. The attack happened near Rosewater, and as it happens, you folks are coming from there. So naturally, I must ask if you know anything about the incident.
No, but you said it was just 2 men you were after?
They are the ones we believe responsible. They may have accomplices. See, a trapper family reported they camped a few days ago with some folks fitting our description. They said they were traveling in a wagon, much like this one, bound for El Presidio.
And what is the description of these men?
One's a tall, white man with brown hair and a well-trimmed mustache. The other's a short, swarthy New Spanish fellow with a beard.
Look, I don't know what to tell you, gents.
Oh, I believe you do, Mr. Ackerman. In fact, I would be very interested in hearing your account. That goes for Mr. Marquez and the rest of your party as well.
You can leave Miss Johnson out of this. She doesn't know anything.
We will determine that for ourselves. Will you quiet that mongrel?
Lisa, shh, girl.
Now, if you'll all kindly step away from the wagon, hands where I can see them.
You can see all our hands
We will
just
start
fine.
our questioning with Mr. Ackerman.
And then what? Jail?
No, Mr. Marquez. Do you take us for the provincial sheriff? Besides, the jails are much too crowded with lowlifes these days, don't you think? Country's full of vagrants and foreigners. You really stepped in it when you decided to pick off that wagon. Truly you did. Did you know who you were messing with, I wonder?
Oh, we did.
You'll tell us all about it, and then we will see that you don't tell anyone else. Quicker we do this, the better for all of us. Believe me. I said shut that beast up! Williams, take care of it, would you?
Hey, absolutely not. Hell yeah.
Take cover!
Everyone's still alive?
For the moment.
Anybody seen Jake and Nadine?
I can go look for them.
Not until we do something about these Blackburns.
It Doesn't add up. We robbed an army wagon, sure. But why call in the Blackburns? If the army wants us, why not send soldiers?
Right?
Good question. Maybe we can ponder that later if we're not dead.
Phil?
This is not the best time.
So, General, battlefield assessment? What do we do here?
If we could take them all out at once, we might stand a chance. But my dynamite is back with the wagon.
I could go get it.
You think you can make it there?
Got any better ideas?
I do not.
Where do you keep the dynamite?
In a storage trunk, on the back right, behind the rear wheel.
Got anything on you that could help?
As a matter of fact, I do. Here.
Your flask?
Liquid courage. Does wonders.
Thanks. Danny? Are you okay?
This is just like it happened last time.
You mean with Petey and your old gang?
Yeah, I hid then too. Left them all to die.
Look, we can survive this, but we need you. Nobody can shoot like you can.
I don't know that I can.
What do you mean? You're a great shot.
Yes, but only with bottles and juggling balls. I've never shot a person before. Not for real.
I need you to cover me while I run to the wagon. You don't have to try to hit anyone. Just lay down some fire to keep them from shooting back. Can you do that?
Yeah, all right. I don't think I'll be able to cover you the whole way, though.
Better than nothing. Thanks. Thanks for the cover, Danny. Damn! Carson's over there. Guess he's too far for Danny. I need to distract him somehow.
Oh shit. Okay.
A patch of dry dirt on the forest floor.
Hold on.
Sorry, Phil. Yuck. Agent Carson. All right, Harley. If ever there was a time... Hey, Carson!
My eyes!
Got him. He ran farther into the woods. Not far to the west. Nadine, are you okay?
Yes, I'm unhurt. What about you and the others?
All accounted for except Jake.
I think he's up near the front of the wagon. We need to do something about these men.
Working on it. Hey, Nadine.
Yes?
You said you saw Jake at the front of the wagon?
He ran that way when the shooting started. He dropped his hat in the commotion. I picked it up for him. Seems silly. I just did it without thinking.
Think I could hold on to Jake's hat for a spell?
Of course. Here it is.
You haven't been hit or anything.
Still okay. The others?
Well, Danny's having something of a crisis.
Poor Danny. None of us were prepared for this.
I hope this...
Okay, we can use that.
Okay, Nadine. Phil's had an idea to get rid of the Blackburns. He needs some dynamite from that trunk behind the rear wheel. I'm going to get Carson's attention with this. While he's distracted, you make a break for the trunk.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go. Nice going. Now toss me a stick of dynamite, would you? Thanks. Sit tight and keep your head low. I'll get this back to Phil.
All right. Good luck, Harley.
Okay.
Mission accomplished. Got the dynamite.
Excelente. Give it here.
Catch!
Everyone down, and cover your ears. Dynamite! Run! Anda! That has taken care of them.
Nice work, Mr. Marquez.
Gracias.
That's all of them?
All the ones I saw. Carson, you're the last one standing. Give yourself up while you got the chance.
All right, damn you. I know when I'm beat.
Come on. Let's find Nadine and Jake.
No sudden moves. You're outgunned.
I am well aware of the situation, ma'am. I hope you all realize just how much trouble you're in. You've killed 4 good men. My client will be very displeased to learn of this.
You're not in any position to be making a report.
I'm not an idiot. I've already informed my client of your identities. If I'm not heard from, they'll know exactly who to blame.
Enough, Leger. We need to end this.
Yes, make an example of him. Send a message to his client.
We don't have to kill him. The Blackburns aren't well liked in El Presidio. We could turn them into the police there. Whoever sent them, it wasn't lawful. They tried to murder us.
Do what you like. It won't make a lick of difference.
Before doing anything, we need to disarm him.
One last thing before you do.
Wait, what happened? Who pushed me?
Phil! Are you alright? Say something.
I'm going to try to stop the bleeding. Give him space.
I'm going to check the wagon, see if I can find Jake. Stay with us, Phil. Please. Jake!
Oh, Harley. Glad to see you in one piece. Things got real rough back there, but we made it out all right.
No, we didn't.
Everyone is all right, right?
Things might have gone better if you'd been around to help. Where were you when the shots started flying?
Me? Oh, well, I was holding a position at the front of the wagon, you see. I was aiming to push forward, looking for my opening. Then you folks took care of everybody. Mighty impressive how you handled yourselves, I must say.
Phil's been shot.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, lucky thing we've got Miss Redbird with us. She'll see the old boy through it for sure.
You're acting stranger than usual. What's going on?
Now, Harley, that ain't a very nice thing to say. We've just been ambushed and nearly killed by the Blackburns. Blood's still pumping a mite hot, you know. Being shot at'll do that to you.
Are you running away?
What? Preposterous. Gentleman Jake does not run away.
Then what are you doing?
Why, I'm acting in accordance with my true nature. I'm a coward, Harley.
Yeah, no fucking shit.
Don't make me say it again.
We already knew that.
So you are running away.
That is about the long and the short of it.
Why?
I already told you. Now just let me tuck my tail under and go, would you? Do we need to drag this out?
So it's just like that, is it? You're off as if none of this happened?
I'm off precisely because this happened. This was meant to be a simple job. Find out where Clark went, get paid. Nobody said nothing about crossing the army or getting shot at by goddamn Blackburns.
You no problem
so
doing
the
that.
great gentleman Jake turns tail as soon as things get rough? What about all those legendary feats?
Legends, as you say. Tall tales to liven up the stage. I'm a showman, after all.
So, The Bleachbone Gulch showdown?
Only reason I was last man standing is because I hid behind a rock.
Probably.
And that's the shameful truth.
I was about to say.
And the duel with Billy Boakes.
His gun jammed. Otherwise, I'd have been a goner.
And what about that Gentum mine you found? For the orphans?
Never happened.
Figures.
Hope there's no hard feelings.
You can't just up and leave. Not after all we've been through.
I was never much for sentimentality, Miss Legere. We had some good times, sure. But the truth is, you're all better off without me.
What about Danny? You're gonna walk away and leave him behind like this?
The kid deserves a better life than following an old fool like me around. A chance to bolster his confidence and make something of himself. Hell, just knowing you folks these past few days has given him that much. Well, I'd best be off. Good luck getting to El Presidio.
I'd smack him one.
Well?
He's gone. Nadine tried everything, but she couldn't save him.
Oh God. No.
We'll have to mourn later. First, we gotta hide these Blackburns so more don't come after us. Where's Ackerman?
He left. Turns out he was no hero after all.
He what?
Can't say I'm surprised.
Yeah, not
Come on, we have work to do.
Aw, that's sad. I really liked him too.
Well, where to begin? We lost someone special today. General Filomeno Marquez. We knew him as Phil. Phil didn't do anything halfway. He fought hard, loved hard, laughed hard. He lived his life with absolute passion and conviction. He burned too briefly but bright. Phil was an idealist. Now, ordinarily that might not sound like a compliment, but in his case, it absolutely is. Phil fought for a better world because he believed that things could really be better. He had principles and he lived by them, and died by them. And finally, Phil was undeniably a hero.
Maybe.
He was a devoted champion for the people of New Spain, and a loyal friend to his companions. He was brave, passionate, and honorable. The revolution has lost a great man. Above all else, he was selfless. Phil took a bullet for me. He made the ultimate sacrifice for a friend. I can think of nothing more honorable. Though he was taken from us far too soon, we were lucky to know him the brief time we did. Farewell, friend.
That's sad. I really liked him.
Phil. We lost Phil. He was always ready to lay down his life for a worthy cause. Guess saving the lives of your friends qualifies. He was a good man, and a fighter to the end. Jake's gone too. Damn him. Anyway, we finally made it. El Presidio. We were supposed to pick up Dr. Clark's trail here at the Jolly Good Club, but I'm not sure what good that will do us now. Those of us who are left. Everything's changed.
There she is, El Presidio.
It's grown since I was last here.
Cities have a habit of doing that.
Goodness, it's huge. How will we ever find what we're looking for?
Shouldn't be too tough to find our way around. We just need to find a safe place to park the wagon.
Oh no, this is the end of the line for me.
What?
Our deal was I get you to El Presidio. Here we are. Our business is concluded.
But I thought...
No hard feelings, Legere. The journey's been interesting for sure. Good luck finding that fortune of yours. I'll be in town a couple more days, Nadine. Come find me when you're done.
Woo.
What do we do now?
Suppose we should find a place to stay. We'll need to plan...
Good evening. I'm terribly sorry to interrupt, but are you Miss Harley Legere?
depends who's asking.
My name is Timothy King. I've been sent to welcome you to our fair city.
Thanks?
My employer is quite keen to meet you and your associates. There's a carriage waiting to take us to the offices of Vespuccia Petrol. Please, follow me if you would.
And just who is this mysterious employer of yours?
I'm afraid she would be quite cross with me if I robbed her of the pleasure of introducing herself. You'll soon be acquainted.
Fine. Let's go then.
They're here, ma'am.
Thank you, Timothy. Miss Legere, please come in. Welcome to El Presidio. I hope your journey here wasn't too unpleasant.
How in the ether do you know who I am?
I appreciate you must have many questions, Miss Legere. I shall gladly answer them, but first, permit me to ask one of my own. Where is Mr. Ackerman?
No idea, and frankly, I couldn't care less.
Was there some kind of falling out?
You could say that. We were attacked by the Blackburns, and he turned tail and ran.
I see. Pity for him. This is a blatant breach of contract.
Beg pardon?
My name is D.W. Shaw. I am the owner and operator of Vespuccia Petrol. Last week, I met with Mr. Ackerman in Rosewater to discuss
the lady
a business
that was in the
proposition. I engaged
street.
his services to track down Dr. Bennett Clark and bring him to me. A few days ago, I received a letter informing me he was on his way here along with the team he had assembled. He seemed confident you had found a significant lead as to Clark's whereabouts. But now, you tell me he has abandoned your group and the assignment. This puts me in a rather awkward position. But perhaps all is not lost. You've come this far. I see no reason why you can't finish what Mr. Ackerman started.
I'm confused. You asked Jake to look for Dr. Clark?
Correct.
Then why did he tell us we were searching for Clark's missing fortune?
Missing fortune? What missing fortune?
Jake said Dr. Clark left behind a bunch of money when he disappeared.
I see. I haven't a clue why he chose to mislead you. Perhaps he felt a treasure hunt would be more enticing.
He certainly did have a flair for the dramatic.
A risk of hiring a stage entertainer. But the truth would have had to come out eventually. My agreement with him was quite clear. 25,000 crowns in exchange for bringing me Dr. Clark. The same agreement applies to the three of you.
So you're telling me Clark's still alive?
Alive, and ironically, somewhere in El Presidio. What exactly was this lead you found?
Right before he disappeared, Dr. Clark was invited to stay at the Jolly Good Club.
Ah, yes, I know it. Quite exclusive. I myself have never set foot inside. You intend to search for him there?
Seems the best option.
Very good. You'll find the club on Cedar Avenue between Gull and Hare Street. In the meantime, I will ensure your stay here is comfortable. I've reserved rooms at the Presidio Hotel on the other side of town.
Thank you.
Must be exhausted. I'll have Timothy summon a coach. Enjoy your rest. Should you need to speak with me again, you may return here. Good night to you.
I can't remember the last time I slept in such a comfortable bed.
Neither can I.
So what's our plan for tonight?
To see what we can find out at the Jolly Good Club.
Okay. So, hello, real quick. Okay. So, I did read, apparently, if behind the scenes, like Nadine and Lila get closer, like when you're back in the New Bethel or whatever the hell it's called in the cult, like they'll stay in the cabin together. So, anywho, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors there. I thought Nadine kind of had something for Harley, but what do I know? Anywho, doesn't matter. In the long run, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's that. I think we probably, I don't know how much longer we have in the game. This is like technically Act 3 by now. So I don't know how much longer we have in the game. 1 second, let me check. Okay, so I don't know how much longer we've got with this. Apparently it depends whoever you're closest with is the one that takes the bullet for you, which is weird. Either way, Jake leaves, and apparently, you know, this depends. Whoever you're closest with is the one that takes the bullet. So ironically enough, I got closest with Bill. Anywho, that being said, it all depends what goes on after this, is because depending on your 2 remaining companions, which is fine. That being said, I'll leave this episode off here and we'll come back. I'm probably just going to keep the next episode to be the last one, and it'll be just that. So it might be a little bit long. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out when we get there. So in the meantime, next episode will definitely be the last. It might be a little long, and I apologize ahead of time if it is. If not, if not, we'll just see how it all comes to an end there. Either way, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to jump down that like button. If you did like it, leave a comment down below with any other game suggestions that you'd like to see from me. Make sure to share any small queer-owned businesses, yours or ones you like, in the comments below. Check out the Queer Liberation Library. Consider joining your local library if you haven't done so already. Also, I have several books that are featuring queer women. You can check them out. I've got description. That's all in the description box below. Links to that. I also have one of which is a Western. If that's your deal, you can definitely check that out. I'm very proud of it. It's won an award. And moving on, share this channel with your friends and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already to see other videos that I've done. I will see you all for the big finale.